All right, so let's implement one of these multiple capabilities for an admin user. For instance, listing the collection of all the users in the system, right? And once they have listed, they can manipulate them by adding, removing, updating their profile, and those are things that only an admin should be able to do. So let's focus first on displaying all the users. All right, so let's do that. So first let's create a template for that, and so let's see the URL is /admin/user, and so we need to configure that and say that if we navigate to /admin/user, we would like to navigate to another template that would allow us to edit users. So admin, maybe admin users, maybe. Okay. So let's create a template. Let's use this as a beginning. Users. So in here we might have that says users here, and these would be different users, right? So this would be user 1, right? User 2, and so on and so forth, right? So it will look something like this. Let's see if we can navigate there. Yes, we have users, and they would be listed here on the left-hand side. Okay. Ideally, the information here would be provided by a controller, right? That would provide an array of all these users, and then we could iterate over this, ng repeat user in model.users, right? And then here we can display the object user. Make sense? So let's create the controller that would do this. We could put it right here. So this would be admin users dot controller dot client dot js. So oops, not a directory. Sorry. Refactor. Copy that. This is controllers, and let's create a JavaScript in there of that same name. There it is. Let's create a controller here. So this would be function. This is Angular, and that's module wham. And let's create a controller. We'll call it admin users controller in a function of the same name. There it is. So here we're gonna probably this admin user controller is going to use the user service that we've been using, the same user service we've been using for the last couple of weeks, right? Which we're going to be using to find all the users, right, from here. So we'll need a model, this, and probably the very first thing that we want to do is to use the user service to find all users. Right, and then provide the list of users to the template for rendering. Right? Okay. Let's see if that works. It didn't work. Okay. Let's see why did not. Maybe we didn't implement that. I'm sorry. Right. Yes. We didn't add the controller. I knew that. So let's add it to the index page. And let's add it here in a new section. This could be maybe admin section. And this could be a script. This could be source, views, admin, controllers, controller. There we go. Yes? Right? And we also need to tie that controller to the template. So let's grab the name of the controller, and in the configuration we'll say that this has a controller. That's the name of the controller, and it's referred to as model in the template. Okay, so let's try that again. Still doesn't work. Let's step through this a little bit. In the let's load the controller in the controller. Let's see, are we even loading the controller? Okay, it is there. Let's step through it. Are we even coming in here? Okay, so we are coming in here. Find all users. Let's see. Let's put a breakpoint here. Let's step through. Okay. We never call in it. Okay, we never call in it. That would help if we actually call in it. Okay, so we're there. Let's step in. Okay, so probably we don't have find all users in the user service, right? If we continue, does it give us an error? Yes, indeed. There is no find all users. Okay, so let's add that to the service, to the client service. Let's see, we have the client service here. Yeah, we do. So let's add find all users. So we have a find all users. We probably didn't implement this because we probably said that this is a use case that would only be available to admin users, right? Not everybody should be able to access this, right? So we didn't implement it. So the implementation is probably very similar to the find users by credentials. Right? Probably is exactly the same. Right? So I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to call this find all users. Takes no arguments because I want all the users, and I don't want any filters. So I want basically all the users with no filtering. So we're removing any of the query, and hopefully in the response we'll have the list of all the users. Okay, so let's try that again. All right, so we have all the users. There they are, right? Probably because on the server side we implemented the find all users that is smart enough to detect whether what kind of filtering you pass in, right? If it's username and password, it'll retrieve only the user that matches username and password. If it has if it has username, then it retrieves them by username. But if it doesn't have any filters, then it just returns all the users. And there they are. Okay. And notice that the only one that has roles is Brad here. None of the other ones have those roles. Right. So let's make this a little prettier. Right. Maybe by providing some formatting. Okay. But let's do that next.